welcome in. This is the 31-day journey. This is the 31-day journey. The 31-day inner transformation. The 31-day journey is my podcast. That is the 31-day journey through Proverbs. This here is the 31-day inner transformation. Me teaching you how to go within, heal, self-love, how to self-regulate, how to become the best version of yourself, pretty much. That's what this is all about. Is me teaching you how to go within and heal. A lot of people don't understand what healing mean. That light is bright. A lot of people don't understand what healing mean. They just think like, okay, go heal. You know, you go through a breakup, you go through something. I'm just going to go and I'm going to go heal and I'm going to do better. I'm going to go find me a better man. I'm going to get better perfume. I'm going to look better. You know, that's what they think. That's not what it is. Healing is identifying and stepping out of the survival self, the survival you, who was created from survival parents. So anyway, I am your coach. I'm the instructor. I'm the coach who's going to save the world. How do I save the world? By teaching you how to heal. So today is day 25. Day 25 of the 31-day journey, okay? So day 25, it's about authentic expressions. We talked about it this morning. We're going to talk about it again. Speaking your truth. What does that mean when it's speaking your truth? Okay. Speaking your truth means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs honestly without minimizing yourself or attacking others. That is speaking your truth. Truth is shared with clarity, not force. And it honors your experience, even if others disagree. So your truth honors your experience, even if others disagree. So what? People disagree with you. So what? They disagree with you, and that does not mean that you need to change who you are and change your thought process and change the way you speak and talk. That's not what that means. Okay? You continue to be your true, authentic self. And so, you have to remember that silence may feel safer. Silence is short term. Silence is short term, but truth creates long-term peace. So being silent, that's just like you saying, well, I'm not going to say anything just so, I don't have to deal with, to keep the peace, I won't say anything. But you're not speaking your truth. So what happens is, in that moment, short term, what that's telling people is, I'm right, you're wrong. And then they continue to come after you. We don't want that anymore. That's the survival you. The heal version of you, you're going to speak your truth because it's going to have long-term effect, meaning that they learned the lesson and never try you like that again. That's what that means. Okay? So speaking your truth isn't about being loud. It's about being aligned. What does that mean? Not being loud, but being aligned. A lot of people think when they speak their truth, that's their 2 cents. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And they get ready to do the whole, I'm just being real and I'm just telling you how I feel. No one asked you. You have to remember what comes out of your mouth, right, is an opinion about that person. It is an opinion that you're trying to force a narrative on that person so other people will start to believe that. That's what that pretty much means. And we're not doing that anymore, right? We're not accepting that anymore. So speaking your truth, it doesn't have to be loud. I don't have to be rah-rah with you for you to get my point across. My truth is my truth. But you have to remember this. Their truth is their truth. So a person that is loud and they have to force people to believe or want, thank you so much for the rose, thank you for the likes, and they have to force people, those are the ones that's trying to control the narrative, right? It's my truth and that's the only truth and that's just what it is. I don't care what nobody else say. This is just what it is. And you can't believe anyone else. I know I don't know a couple of people. I know this one lady, she always said there's no such thing as your truth, his truth, and my truth. I said it's the truth. It's my truth. It's the truth. It is the truth. Well, and that's okay. That's how she's seen it. How she's seen it is that everywhere she went, she got bullied. Everywhere she went, everybody bullied her. But that was her truth. That's how she felt. But other people felt like, we didn't bully you. We had to force this on you because you didn't listen. We forced you to respect us because you didn't listen. Do you understand? Their truth is, no, I didn't bully you. You forced this on. I had to because you wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't stop. You kept going past go when I told you to stop. So you have to watch out for those type people. And the reason why you have to watch out for them is because you have to make sure that you don't fall in that cycle of back and forth with them, trying to prove yourself and prove you don't prove your value anymore. That was the survival you. Now you are healed, so you're in the authentic you, meaning that you don't have to prove your value to anybody. Your truth is your truth. Whether someone likes it or not, it is your truth. Now, if you want to get a full understanding of it, then have a conversation. But speaking your truth, if it hurt people's feelings, oh well. You don't back down and play yourself small. They didn't play themselves small when they was telling you the truth. No, they didn't. They didn't do that at all. What they did was continue to go on like, whatever, I said what I said. However, when you're speaking your truth, like I just said, speaking your truth isn't about being loud. It's about being aligned. Aligned to your true, authentic self. Aligned to your purpose. What is your purpose? So with mine, as I told you guys, I'm the coach that's going to save the world. How do I save the world? By teaching you how to heal, right? So my purpose is to teach others how to heal, how to go within, how to self-regulate, how to identify things about themselves, disconnect from the survival world and step into the true, authentic world, which is your truth, right? So my truth, it has to stay in alignment with my purpose and who I am. It's like me trying to be a life coach, teaching you some things. I'm a life coach and I teach you this, right? But I don't follow it. I'm still out here being ditzy in the head. I'm still out here in low vibration. I'm still out here doing everything very low vibrational, but I'm telling you, no, I have to stay in alignment. My purpose, my truth, my alignment. That's how I help heal others. So when you voice what's real for you, listen to me very carefully. When you voice what's real for you, you strengthen self-trust and emotional safety. Let me give you an example of that. For years, when I wasn't healed, when I was just operating in low vibration, for years, I would play myself small. I would stay quiet. Because my voice, a lot of people felt like my voice was too aggressive. You know, oh, she got an attitude. She coming for me. And that's not what it was. It's just that's the way I spoke. I'm very direct, right? I'm very direct. So what happened is I start playing myself small. I start really playing myself small and, getting quiet, allowing people to speak and say whatever. I allow people to tell me what my truth was, even though I know this is not my truth, but I allowed them to tell me my truth because I just didn't want no smoke. Because if I speak up, I know I'm about to shake up the whole room, right? Well, when I finally decided to heal and to go into and learn things about myself and learn that the version of myself that I've been living in has been from survival mode, right? To keep the peace. I have not been in my true authentic self, so I wanted to heal. The whole purpose of healing is to get you back to your true authentic self. That is it. Healing is not to do anything but to get you back to the person God created you to be. To this one. So we're not shutting down or pretending we're going to speak up from truth and being vulnerable. But to have vulnerable conversations, you have to be comfortable. You have to have self-trust with yourself. People think having vulnerable conversations mean tell everything. Tell all your business. That's not what vulnerable is. A vulnerable conversation. A vulnerable conversation is you and I sitting down and I can honestly tell you how I feel. Like here's something that's crazy in this season, in this generation. No one says, hey, I like you. When you meet someone, there's no such thing as dating. No one's going to say dating. No one's going to say, I like you a lot. No one's going to say their true feelings because each one of them came from a survival state. And in that survival state, they're both going just like this. Okay, I'm going to get you before you get me. I got to see what you want, see what you want. I'm going to test you until you're going to test me. And it's going to be a lot of this, that, and the third. And you're missing the whole thing of what's supposed to be there is love, right? And that's because they came from a place of survival. But a vulnerable conversation between two people, if you like each other, like, hey, I'm really feeling you. I like how you move. Not the, oh, I dig what you're doing. I see what you're doing. All right. Man, who I was messing with before, they did this. It's not a vulnerable conversation. A vulnerable conversation is understanding your emotions. When you get to the point that you love someone, you say, hey, matter of fact, let's take it how you should be doing it. Take them out to eat, sit down with them, spend some time with them, and then you tell them you love them, you want to date them and things like that. That ain't happening no more, so I'm going to keep my 2 cents to myself. So being vulnerable doesn't mean oversharing or losing boundaries. Okay? It means choosing authenticity over protection when it's safe to do so. That's what that means. So I want you to remember this and keep this in mind. Strength isn't hiding, it's allowing yourself to be seen. Okay? Now, number 3, removing the mask. Removing the mask. So we went from speaking your truth to being vulnerable to now remove the mask. Removing the mask means letting go of who you think you need to be accepted and allowing yourself to be who you truly are. How many of you guys, when the lights off, doors closed, and y'all down chilling and there's no one there, your true authentic self is your true innate, that is you, your authentic self, your natural self. Sit back and you really are a person of love. You really are a person that want to just show love, give love, hug, be romantic, that hopeless romantic. That just, when you think about laying in your bed, like, dang, I would love to have someone. And men, I'm talking to you too. That is your innate self. You are just a beautiful soul. But the world told you that, hey, if I act like this, that mean that I'm in trouble. That mean that they're going to mistreat me. They're going to take advantage of me if I act like that. So I need to act like this. A lot of y'all have a bunch of boyfriends or have a bunch of girlfriends, right? So you feel like, okay, I'll feel like a player. So when I find that one, then they'll see, because now you're trying to prove your worth to them, they'll see that I don't want all that. I want just them. But what you don't understand, when you take the mask off and just be your true authentic self, you will attract what is for you. This is why you keep getting played, because you're showing up in your synthetic self. You're showing up with the mask on. So you're attracting other masks. But the moment that you take the mask off and you be your true self, you're going to attract your other half. So lay down the mask. Be your true authentic self. The mask is the version of you shaped by survival, expectations, or fear. That's where the mask is created. Wearing it may feel protective, but it's emotionally exhausting. And the example that I used earlier was, you went to work. Every day you get up, you put on that worship music, you drive to church, you drive to work. You get there and you just like, God. Hey y'all, welcome. Hey team, how y'all doing? And you engage in conversations that you really don't want to engage in. It's exhausting. And then when you get home, you're like, I didn't even do nothing at work. Why I feel so tired? Because you were being fake the entire time. Baby, it's hard. It's tiresome. It's emotionally draining. So when you stop wearing it, you'll stop being so emotionally drained. Now, removing it creates freedom, relief, and deeper self-connection. Removing it creates freedom, relief, and deeper self-connections. When you stop pretending to be someone that you're not, when you start being your true authentic self, as we talked about being vulnerable, you learn self-trust. You learn to trust yourself. Meaning in situations that when you would throw that mask on, like you're at home, you're minding your business, but when you get ready to go to work, you put on a mask, right? And when you put that mask on, now you're someone else. Your true self is at home. You ain't got nothing to do with her. Your true self is way at home. But the relief and the deep self-connection when you take that mask off it makes you feel more relaxed. You get home, when you take that mask off, it's like, but try tomorrow. Go to work as your true authentic self. Your true authentic self is not a mean person. God didn't create anyone mean. It's learned behavior. Go to work just being, yes, you're going to wig everybody out. They're going to be like, who is that? Who is that? Especially a lot of you ones that's just mean at work. You go to the drivers, the DMV, they got nasty attitudes. They got this, that, and the third. They, giving you all this attitude. How about you don't? Usually people that's like that, they have self-esteem issues. They're trying to meet you before you meet them. They're not happy about how their hair turned out, so they're going to give you attitude before you can say something about their hair. But that makes me want to say something about your hair. It makes me want to say something about you. Yep. It makes me want to say, hey, something. But if they were their true self, they would get through life so much more. A lot of people don't feel physically attractive, emotionally attractive, whatever it is, they don't feel it. So they give you nasty attitudes. They check you before you can say something about them. They project onto you because of how they feel. But the people that don't see the beauty within themselves, right? If they was to take that whole attitude away and just be their true authentic self, because the beauty is on the inside. That's what makes you beautiful on the outside. Someone can be very pretty on the outside, but their insides are so jacked up. It's kind of like, ugh. Girl, ain't nothing cute about you. Sir, is nothing handsome about you. Nothing. You can get through life a whole lot easier just by being yourself, is what I'm saying. Take the mask off. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about returning to yourself, as we talked about, out of survival mode and into the healed version of you. When you stop performing, your nervous system can finally rest. When you stop performing, stop pretending. Stop performing and pretending to be something that you're not. You're not a tough guy. Stop acting tough. You gonna get off that tough man juice and now you want to fight everybody. You know you can't fight, baby. You know you can't fight. You know doggone well that you about to be out there cat fighting. You know doggone well. You probably gonna be the one screaming, talking about some, go get your chopper, go get your chopper. Because baby, you know you can't fight. So listen, take the mask off. Be your true authentic self. You know you don't want to fight. You know you want to give everybody hugs. Give them hugs. Be you. Don't pretend to be somebody else. Write something you've been afraid to say. What have you been afraid to say? Right? And then I want you to take one of those things and I want you to meditate on it. But we'll talk about that in a second. Physically, I want you to have open chest stretch. Why do I always start at the chest in your stance? The importance of that is because that's where your confidence lies. When you are in the posture of standing tall, shoulders back, not too far back, don't be in there talking about some, do I look confident, Coach Nye? No, you look stupid. What you need to do is just shoulders back, right? My chest is up. I don't have to boast it out. My chest is up. My posture is good. And as I stand here, this shows confidence. So when I speak to you, I'm speaking to you from a place that I'm confident in, and I'm comfortable because I'm in my innate nature, right? That's what I'm doing. This is natural to me. However, when you have the ones that they don't know what that's like, you'll see them to show that they're not nervous, to show, or they'll do this, or they'll do something because they're trying to control something. I don't have to do any of that because I'm being my true authentic self. There's no mask on. So the open chest stretch, right? Now, a lot of y'all can do it this way. A lot of y'all do it this way. Whatever it is, I want you to start stretching that chest out. I want you to start stretching it out because I want you to fix your posture, because I don't want to see this anymore. Hey, Coach, now I'm just, get out of here. Get out of my face. I don't like the way you slumped over. Hey, Coach, now I'm just, sit up. Because I'm just as equal to you as you are to me. I'm not any better than you are to me. You're human just like I'm human. I don't care if I become a multi-billionaire. I'm still not going to look over you, down on you, because we all are human. I don't care what the status that the world gave me. Oh, well, unslump then. I don't care about what the status the world gave me. The status God gave me is to be a human here, being able to help the next person. So we are equal. Okay? So when you speak to me, we get eye contact. Right? We have a conversation. There's no one greater than you other than God. There's no one greater than I other than God. That is it, and that is all. I don't care how many followers you got and how many followers I have. We are here. And I'm never too good to come down to whatever level you are to make sure that you're standing tall. While you're with me, we're standing tall together. That's how the world's supposed to be. So the open stretch. Get your confidence. Now, what I want you to journal and meditate on is I want you to ask yourself, where have I silenced myself? Where have I silenced myself? Okay? And after you write that down of where you silenced yourself, you may come up with a lot of different ways. It doesn't matter. Journal it. Get it out. Now, I want you to meditate on what it looked like if you spoke the truth. How would you feel? And embrace the weight that would be lifted off of you if you said your truth. And become that. And become that. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups, y'all. Now, your declaration. I show up as my true self. I show up as my true self. Now, your tabletop talk, as we talk, is authenticity, alignment. When you have that conversation with your friends or whoever you're going to have it with, ask them or tell them, me being true to myself attracts alignment, keeps me in alignment with my purpose. So if I was to have that conversation, me stepping into my purpose, right? Being my true self, it attracts alignment. There's no way I can get out of alignment because I'm in purpose. There's no way I can get out of alignment because I'm operating from my true self. And that's just something that I will have a conversation of. What made you, or what authentic point about you, or your truth about you, keeps you in alignment? And then you are enough without performing. You can bring that up at the table any kind of way of, hey, me being vulnerable, learning that I don't have to prove my worth to anyone, taught me that I'm enough, or I realized that I am enough, that I don't have to prove myself to anyone. My self-worth and my worth does not have to be proven to anyone. And those are the type of conversations that you have at the table, because as I told you guys, as you heal others. You heal your environment. I'm the coach that's going to save the world. And in order for me to save the world, I have to teach you how to heal. Right? So, once I teach you how to heal, you'll teach the next person how to heal. Thank you so much for my rose. Now, that was the end of day 25.